All right, I'm going to show you the 6 systems that you need as a freelancer if you want to grow your business past that one-man stage and build out a proper team, allowing you to hit multiple 5 figures consistently every single month without your life turning into some kind of energy sucking burnout chaos. Now, I know this because 3 years ago I lived it. My ceiling was around $8,000 a month until I got to the point where there just really wasn't enough hours in a day anymore. And I had to start thinking bigger. And I can tell you, that point where freelancing stops feeling like freedom and starts feeling like a trap will come for you too, unless you start making some changes. That's why I'm going to walk you through the systems that separate freelancers who are busy from the ones who are actually building a business. And the last one on this list is the one that nearly everyone gets wrong, which is exactly why so many freelancers stay stuck working harder instead of growing properly. Right, system number 1, and I'm putting this first because every single freelancer who's successfully gone from solo to team says the same thing. Document your processes before you hire anyone. And I know this sounds boring. Nobody got into freelancing because they love writing process documents. But here's what happens when you skip this step. You bring someone in to help. They do it differently to you. The client notices, quality drops, and you end up redoing their work. And before you know it, you're back at square one doing everything yourself. Now, your SOPs don't need to be perfect. They just need to pass one test. And that is, can someone with about 70% of your skill level deliver 80% of your quality by following them? That's it. If client satisfaction stays within 10% of what it was when you did everything yourself, then the system works. Now, too often as freelancers, we're looking for team members to help us lighten the load. And then we get frustrated when they do deliver work that's not up to our standard. The thing you have to remember is that as soon as you take on a team member, you're no longer really just a freelancer. You're now a business owner, and it's your job to train them in how your business operates and the standards it needs to abide by. And the 2 tools that I would recommend to help this process go smoothly are Loom for recording yourself and showing exactly how things are done, and Notion for the written playbooks. 86% of clients book whoever responds first. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that I bang on about that a hell of a lot. So when you are managing clients through email, memory, and sticky notes on your desk, I promise you, you're losing so many good leads. Remember when you started out, you were the freelancer who responded within an hour when you had 3 clients. Now you've got 10 and it takes you 3 days. That's not a character flaw, that's a system problem. A CRM like Honeybook costs $29 a month and allows you to manage everything within one dashboard. And look, I know get a CRM sounds like generic advice, but once you hit a certain level, it will benefit you more than you know. For my own Fiverr clients, I personally used the Freelance Hustle CRM, and I also made a video on this. And you wouldn't believe the amount of opportunities that I've gained from using it, which I would have otherwise missed. And for me, those opportunities have specifically come from the follow-up gap, meaning I was able to follow up with hot leads and not lose them in my inbox somewhere. As if you are selling on Fiverr, you know how chaotic the Fiverr inbox can be, even with their latest saved message feature. Right, so system 1 and system 2 are about how you work and who you're working with. System 3 is about the money itself. And honestly, this one made me a bit angry when I ran the numbers. If you're a freelancer in the UK earning about £8,000 a month and about half of that income is coming from overseas clients, PayPal is quietly costing you around £2,400 a year, if not more. That's in inflated currency conversion rates and international transaction fees. The whole lot adds up to a pretty hefty percentage chunk of your earnings. And they don't exactly advertise that on the homepage. In fact, I went through and compared every major option, and the difference is pretty brutal. A traditional bank like HSBC or Barclays, a high street bank, will run you about £1,800 a year, Wise brings that down to roughly £250, and airwallex, who are sponsoring this video, sit at around £240. Now, airwallex is not a bank, but a payments and financial platform. When you sign up for airwallex, you can open multi-currency global accounts with local bank details that allow you to operate like a local in over 70 plus countries. Now, this means international clients you work with can pay you via domestic payment rails and in their own currency, avoiding any forced FX or SWIFT fees. So, say for example, you have a client based in the US. You can share the routing and account number of your US account, and your client can send an ACH transfer in USD, exactly as if you were based in the US as well. Similarly, if you have a client based in Asia, for example, Hong Kong, you can open a HKD global account for your clients to send a domestic transfer to HKD. The payments land in your multi-currency wallet, and you can then hold the money in over 20 plus currencies, or choose to convert at interbank rates at 0.5% markup instead of 3 to 4% PayPal and the high street banks charge. Now, as your freelance business grows and you work with different kinds of clients, you should also start thinking about offering clients more flexibility when it comes to payment methods. Some clients may opt for bank transfers, while others may prefer credit cards or other payment methods like buy now, pay later. This is why I'd recommend including a branded payment link when invoicing your clients to give your clients more flexibility in the way that they pay, and also to help you come off as more professional. Now, with airwallex, you can easily generate payment links and accept payments with all major schemes like Visa, MasterCard, and Amex, and 160 plus local payment methods, allowing you to easily work with international clients around the world. You can also ensure that the payment link is branded with your own domain, logo, and name before embedding it directly into your invoices. Now, one big benefit of using airwallex instead of PayPal here is that you can again collect payments from overseas clients and settle them like for like in over 20 plus currencies, right back into your multi-currency wallet. Now, beyond using airwallex for accepting payments from international clients, airwallex is also great for managing your entire freelance business finances so that you can actually track how much you're actually earning and spending every single month. For example, instead of using your personal credit card for business expenses, you can use airwallex to instantly issue multiple virtual corporate cards to pay for your business expenses, including anything from ad campaigns to filming equipment and software subscriptions. Once you have a team, you can also issue employee cards and set spending limits and category restrictions so that you don't have to worry about unnecessary spending risk. All spend on airwallex cards is automatically synced to its built-in expense management platform so that you get real-time visibility on your business spend. Now, it's also worth pointing out that airwallex cards spend from your multi-currency balance. So if you work with lots of brands who pay in USD and you make frequent payments for your business in USD, you would again be saving a ton on not having to convert currencies back and forth. Now, airwallex also has native integrations with NetSuite, Xero, and QuickBooks for automated reconciliation, which ties into the accounting side of things. So it really is the best all-in-one financial operating system for freelancers looking to scale. Now, I'll be straight with you. airwallex isn't perfect for everyone. They're not a bank, so there's no FSCS deposit protection, but they do have 80 plus licenses and permits globally, and over 200,000 companies around the world trust airwallex to grow their revenue. Their Explore plan is free if you deposit at least £10,000 per month or hold a minimum balance of £10,000. But otherwise, the £19 per month fee on the basic plan is a great starting point. So, for pure FX transfers with no other features, Wise is marginally cheaper, but once you need payment acceptance, corporate cards, expense management, and team financial controls all in one place, airwallex starts to make a lot of sense. Now, I'll drop the link in the description if you do want to check it out. It's very much that next level payment processing platform, which would be great if you're at the stage of moving outside of a one-person freelance business and expanding into the next part of your journey. But okay, that's the money side sorted. Now, there's a reason most freelancers stay dependent on platforms even when it's costing them thousands. And System 4 is about breaking that cycle. Now, freelancers who use value-based pricing earn 66% more than those billing hourly. But value-based pricing is nearly impossible on a platform like Fiverr and Upwork. They showcase sellers by price. The buyer sees thousands of options side by side, sorted by cost, meaning you can't control the sales conversation. That's why the highest earning freelancers build off-platform pipelines. Not to abandon Fiverr entirely, as it's still great for baseline revenue and social proof, but to have a second channel where you control the relationship, set the price, and keep 100% of the margin. And the stat that really matters here isn't about acquisition, it's about retention. Selling to an existing client has a 60 to 70% success rate. A brand new prospect, 5 to 20%. Yet most freelancers spend 80% of their energy chasing new people instead of looking after the ones they've already got. So the system is simple. LinkedIn for positioning and outreach, a basic website for SEO leads, a referral process for existing clients, and an email list to nurture the people who aren't ready to buy today. And I'd recommend starting with referrals as they're free and they convert the best. Most freelancers' onboarding process is an informal email and a PayPal link. And then they wonder why clients micromanage them and send them 17 revision requests. A systemized onboarding process sets expectations before problems arise. The client knows how you work, when you'll communicate, what the timeline looks like, and what you need from them. And this can all be achieved in 6 simple steps. Proposal with a contract and an e-signature. 50% deposit collected up front. A welcome package covering how you work and what you need from them. A structured questionnaire for project requirements. A 30-minute kickoff call and project setup in whatever project management tool you use. Okay, so everyone wants to know when to make their first hire, and the answer is more specific than you'd think. A lot of people talk about hitting certain goals, whether that's making $100,000 or more in annual revenue, consistently turning down work, having your documented processes ready for handoff, and having 3 to 6 months of financial runway saved. Now, if you haven't ticked all 4, there could be a chance that you're not ready yet. But when you are ready to start with a contractor on a pay-per-project basis, you always want to test them on a trial project worth a few $100s to see if they can follow your SOPs. Now, if it works, great. If it doesn't, test another contractor. Finding the right team members at the beginning is very much trial and error. And this is where your financial system earns its keep again. The moment that you've got a contractor billing you in different currency or you're splitting payments across team members in different countries, those PayPal fees don't just eat into your margins, they eat into theirs too. That's exactly the scenario where a platform like airwallex pays for itself. You're issuing payments in local currencies, your contractor gets the full amount without international transfer fees, and you're tracking it all in one place alongside your client income. Now, when you're running a team, even a small one, that financial visibility is nice to have rather than trying to keep track with spreadsheets. So, now that you know the 6 systems that separate freelancers stuck at $5,000 a month from the ones consistently pulling in 15, SOPs first, CRM for follow-ups, a financial system that isn't quietly eating thousands, a lead pipeline that doesn't depend on one platform, professional onboarding, and a hiring approach that doesn't bankrupt you on month 1. Sort those out, even just the first 3, and you'll be in a completely different position, not working more hours, but working on different things. The kind of things that actually help grow your business instead of just keeping you alive. And don't forget, If you want to try out airwallex, I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can go have a look and see if it's right for you. Otherwise, this video that YouTube is putting on screen right now, it thinks that you'll enjoy it. So go check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.